What's up, guys? It's John with National Sports Entertainment, and I wanted to go into tonight's Packers game and the ramifications that has on the final 3 weeks. I think it's going to be pretty revealing. And we played some basketball games. We didn't do great. Luckily, and this is why I made the Discord for things like this. So the Suns line, you knew I already liked the Suns, and when I saw the Mavs wasn't going our way, I just went ahead and made the Suns a leg too, because same thing with the Kings. We'll have to see how that works out. But I put that stuff in there, and I let people know when I can. That's the whole reason I made the Discord, is to give each other live alpha. What happened was the Suns were about 10-point favorites, if you look at my last video, and then they moved them to 11.5 after Cameron Payne and Booker were officially ruled out. So how they picked up 1.5 despite losing 2 stars, I don't know, but they did. So NBA, and that's why I like NBA. We always seem to split. So today was looking like 2 and 4 probably, but there's NBA Tuesday, which is just a layup, no pun intended. So again, the Packers Rams. We went into this game. We knew the Packers were going to win. Anyone that knows it's scripted knew they were going to win. The question again was, were they going to cover? And I did think about both sides, and I thought they were going to cover. I think a lot of people were going to be on the Rams here with the 7 after Baker just, looked really well and had that comeback. And I just think they need the Packers to win. They're already talking about now Mannings and all them, Aaron, and when he's going to play. They didn't mention him playing the Lions, but they mentioned how they're both in the hunt, and they happen to play on Week 18, I think. So this is going to give us a lot of information going forward. Like I said, like the NFC South, I knew they were all going to be one game apart. I just had them all winning. Instead, they all lost. So I think we have an idea of what they're doing here. And certain teams have to lose now in this following week for any of this to make sense. You can't have some of these teams win because it just knocks certain teams out. So it's going to make games like Seahawks Chiefs very interesting. It's going to make games like Bengals Patriots, Lions Panthers. A lot of these games are going to be very interesting, to be quite honest. And I can see a handful of upsets because without them, we basically have our playoff schedule already. So, yeah, Packers had a win. We knew they were going to cover, and it looks like they will. Now, again, the question is next: do they knock them out next week? They play Tua at home, and you know how I feel about that. So, it is going to be interesting to see how they finish out, and then. I'm not going to go into it yet, but they always have giveaways for NBA Tuesday, and there's usually only 3 games. So we got 5 tomorrow, and I love playing games where that's why a lot of times I'll do second legs on the NBA because I like games where the team just played. So like Wizards Suns, I'm probably going to love the Wizards there, but we're going to look at the lines and everything. But yeah, we've closed out. Like I said, we always hit the important ones. I try and save important metrics. Raiders were one. Again, today the Suns were one. I try and save them for the later legs. So here's our upcoming schedule, and it's going to be interesting. We have NBA coming up, of course, like I said too. But Packers at Dolphins is going to be a very interesting one. I'm curious where ESPN officially sets the line because we have conflicting narratives, and I'm since we're reaching the playoffs. If anyone wants, I'll do a more in-depth video. My last playoff video was about a month. I can tell you not much has changed. I basically have the same teams getting in, and then I did one just about a week or so ago where I think the Raiders get in. But I can go into a specific team or scenario I can see happening. But yeah, we finished off, closed out most sequences. Kings looking like we'll have to add a leg to that one. And Packers closed out our one of our sequences. So we're looking good. Suns, they did close, which is nice. When you see lines move like that in the future, if a star gets ruled out and then the team becomes a bigger favorite, that team's probably going to win or cover. I remember earlier this year when it was Jonathan Taylor got ruled out for the Colts, but they didn't move the line against the Broncos, so we took the Colts. So that kind of stuff, I try and give that out to people, but I can't always be there. I can't make a video when the game just started, for you to make a bet where the line's going to close in 3 minutes because as you know, live betting is tricky enough. But that's why I try and get people stuff live in the Discord. And we already liked the Suns, but certain things, just like when the Jets lost, it made the Raiders more appealing. In this case, when they moved the line, it made the Suns more appealing. But yeah, the way they made Aaron look, I am wondering if we just take the over next week when they play the Dolphins instead of picking a team. But we'll have to see where the line's set at if it looks like a trap. And I'm going to run some playoff simulations and see which teams have any kind of actual path. Because if a team doesn't have a path, then they're just going to knock them out. So that's basically it. We got Aaron for a change. That's nice. Usually we don't get Aaron. And he looked like he should usually look. So take care, everybody, and happy earnings.